Welcome back to the Let's Plays Season 3, Episode 35. In the last episode, we were doing some raiding here at the base, and I captured some pillagers in boats. This one here, as you saw at the start of the video, we just broke his crossbow, so he's a completely passive mob now. We can release him from the boat as soon as we figure out where we want to put him. But these other two over here, these pillagers, still have their crossbows, and so that means whenever I walk by them here, they're a threat to me. It took about 5 or 6 shields, I think, to wear down the durability of this pillager's crossbow. I need to figure out where I want to put them all, especially after I get rid of their crossbows. But we don't need to worry about that in this episode. No, because in this episode, we're going to go find ourselves a pale garden. That's right, a new release has dropped. At the beginning of December, Minecraft Java version 1.21.4 was released, and so now we have a new biome called the Pale Garden, and we also have a new mob there as well called the Creaking. I might be a little bit late. I'm not exactly debuting these features, but I wanted to at least see them for myself and play around with some of the new blocks, gather some of the new wood and some of the new saplings as well. We just need to find ourselves the right biome, and I think this looks like a good direction to go because we have ourselves a large roof forest in this direction. And as far as I know, these new biomes, the Pale Gardens, they generate next to these roof forests. Now, we've explored this area before, so we might need to go a little bit further, but I think if we go far enough out to some previously unloaded chunks, we should be able to find a pale garden. Once we get there, we'll have to wait until nighttime so that we can spawn in some of those new mobs, the Creaking, and maybe even capture one of the hearts. I don't know exactly what that block is called yet, but I think it's a Creaking heart, something like that. And I think there's some other new blocks we can get there as well, including the wood type, the pale wood. I'll figure out what that is called as well. And there should be a new moss block. We've got a village. After traveling about 2,000 blocks from our base, I've just discovered our very first pale garden biome. You can see it right there in the distance. Looks like there's a roof forest surrounding it. So we're going to go over there and explore that, but we still have some daylight to burn. So let's see what we can get here at this village. I haven't looted a village in a while. I'm sure it's going to be extremely common loot, but maybe we'll take it this time anyway. What have we got here? We've got some potatoes. There's some hay bales over here, and what's this going to be? Just a cave? There's some coal here. Maybe I light this up real quick. And it looks like it just comes out the other side, maybe. But it does go down a little bit further. What are we dealing with here, actually? Is this going to be a good cave? It could be, actually. I saw a mountain nearby, which means this could go... It looks like a dripstone cave. This could go all the way down to an ancient city. That's extremely possible. And I would like to explore it, but what we came here for was the Pale Garden, so we're going to do that first. What else can we find in this village? There's the mountain over there. I'm almost certain there's an ancient city underneath us. Okay, I'm just going to leave the potatoes in here. I think we're not actually going to take this loot after all. It's just not quite good enough. These are extremely common items that we can get at our base. We probably have farms for most of them already. So I'm just going to leave those behind. And as soon as it goes nighttime, we're going to head on over to the Pale Garden and see if we can find ourselves a Creaking. I'm also interested in getting some of those resin that you can find under the tree near the Creaking heart. And I want to see if we can use the resin to maybe, what's that called? Trim our armor with the new orange color. All right, I think we've seen enough of the village. Let's actually go over to the Pale Garden and have a look at it in the daytime before it turns nighttime. In fact, we could maybe make a safe area in here that might make this biome a little bit safer to explore at night. I was thinking we could add some torches. I don't know how that will affect the creaking spawning mechanic, but it would be nice if we could reduce the number of other mobs that spawn here during the nighttime. So let's add a few torches and we'll see what happens. Maybe just a few up here at the top, and we'll just make this biome a little bit safer for the nighttime. All right, there's a torch here, and let's put some down this side as well. We can also gather some of these blocks. Here, I'll put a torch here. While it's daytime, I don't think that should affect anything. We won't get the creaking spawning in here, but we can take a look at this new moss block, and it looks like there's some kind of texture on the side of it as well. All right, what have we got here? A pale moss block. I assume you can bone meal these, but I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like we've got a fire down there. Probably from lava. What about this? There's like carpet here, right? Oh, and you see this little detail here on the side of the dirt block? I think that happens when you place down a carpet. Yeah, you get the little effect there. That's interesting. Yeah, let's grab some of the moss here, as well as the carpet. That's just a common piece of grass, but I think there's a few other new things in this biome that we can get, including a vine that I saw somewhere. Where does that vine go? Yeah, look at this texture here. That's really interesting. Let me move some things off my hotbar. I brought a Silk Touch axe with me because I think that'll be the best way to capture the creaking heart at the nighttime. This vine here, this is new, right? Okay, so we have a pale hanging moss. We can probably bone meal that as well. Here, let's take a look at this wood as well. We've got our very first pale oak log, and I assume that you can craft this into, yeah, planks, and probably even make slabs and stairs with it as well. Yeah, there we go. We just unlocked some new crafting recipes. I see doors, signs, fences, slabs, and stairs, all the usuals. That's interesting. I can't wait to use this wood in a build. It's nighttime now in the Pale Garden, but I did set my spawn as night fell, and I carved out just a little hole here that we can retreat to, and also leave our bed and some things that we've looted already. Let's go see what trouble we can get into in the new Pale Garden. All right, so it is nighttime. We should have Creaking coming out very soon, as well as some other mobs. I placed a few torches in, but not a lot, so we might get some unwelcome mobs here as well. I'm pretty sure they can still spawn in this biome. Oh, there we go. We've got a Creaking right here. Let's approach and see. Does he have any buddies around? Oh, oh, oh. He's sneaking up on me. They're kind of cool looking. Look at how he like hangs out over the side of himself. All right, so we hit him, right? And we get particle effects leading to that tree there. And I think it doesn't do any damage to the Creaking. So we can keep hitting him, and that should generate resin over on the pale wood tree. Yeah, I can see all those particle effects going over there. Let's go see if we can find this guy's heart and capture it, maybe? Okay, he does do... Whoa! He sneaks up on you quick. All right, so he does do some damage. Whoa, 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 when you turn your back to him. So let's try to keep him on our good side. Oh, oh, we've got multiple Creakings here. Okay, I see what's happening. They're coming at us from different angles. And we've got some other mobs here as well. Okay, nothing really happens when you hit the Creaking with a bow. So we can mark that one off the list. I'm going to have to make sure to watch my health, though. These guys do quite a bit of damage, and they do move rather quickly. All right, let's see if we can find their heart. Okay, I see some resin up here. Okay, there's the heart block right there. So as soon as I mine that block, we should get at least one of these guys disappearing. Okay, that one disappeared, but this one didn't. So maybe he comes, yeah, from a different tree, one that's over there. All right, let's hit this creaking a few times. I can see where the particle effects are coming from. I also want to eat. Did I pick up the... Okay, so we've got a creaking heart. It looks different. It looks different in the inventory, actually. Here, let me take care of this zombie real quick. Oh, whoa, whoa, hello. Don't kill me now. I should have put a torch over there. I can see that that's going to be a problem already. All right, so I'm getting some of the resin here. The bow does nothing. The sword doesn't do much. Whoa, okay, easy now, Mr. Creaking. He does a lot more damage. What about the shield? No, shield does nothing because it needs to be pointed at the mob that you're defending yourself from. So there's no point really to use the shield on this mob. I'll keep it equipped for the other mobs. All right, which tree is yours again? Well, it's behind me. Okay, it's that one down there. Let's go see if we can get the heart from it. The creaking is going to, yep, follow me over very quickly. Here, we can get some of these leaf blocks as we mine our way down. Hey, hey, easy now. I don't want to die to a creaking. Can they come in here? Here, let's see if we can mine our way into this tree. Okay, there's the heart right there. And the creaking is right there next to me. But we seem to be safe from other mobs in this location. Yeah, pale oak leaves. That's quite interesting, the leaf block. I didn't even think about that one. And we have 4 resin clumps. Can we make a block? No, it looks like we need to collect at least 9 of those to get a block of resin. But I think that there are some more blocks that we can craft with the resin if we do a little bit of smelting. All right, let's mine this heart, and we'll get rid of this guy. They don't despawn immediately. They kind of collapse into the ground, but it takes a minute, which is kind of interesting. I do want to collect some of this wood, but why don't we check the biome and see if we can find some more creakings before this night is over. It's pretty spooky in this biome at night. I almost forgot too, there's this new flower that we can collect. What is this called? It is a open eye blossom. So I assume there's a closed one as well. That's our first one of those that we've collected. Here, let's grab another one over here. I wonder if you can bone meal the dirt in this biome. I should have brought some bone meal with me. Do I have any bones? No, but I think I do have some bones down in our little hole that we set up. Where was that again? I lost my hole. Okay, I think it's right down here. If we just follow the torches. No, that's not it. Somewhere down here, I thought. I didn't see any more creaking spawning on the last night, but it's almost nighttime again. I'm trying to collect some of this pale oak wood and also collect some of the saplings as well so we can grow it back at the base, maybe even start a farm for resin now that we have creaking hearts. This is a very interesting biome, and there's one more thing that I wanted to try. I have a little bit of bone meal, and I want to see if we bone meal the moss blocks, or maybe even just the dirt blocks, if we can get those flowers to spawn in, the ones that grow here in the Pale Garden. Let's try bone mealing the grass first. Oh, okay, yep, okay, we definitely got that flower. Now these are the closed ones. Maybe we should collect some of those as well. It looks like the closed ones give us, what color dye is that? Gray dye. But I think that the open ones actually give orange dye, which is quite interesting. That it's almost like it's 2 different flowers, you know? You got the open one and the closed one, and all you have to do is bone meal the ground here. But I assume you do have to be in the actual Pale Garden biome for that to work. Here, let's clear some of these moss blocks away. I want to bone meal them as well and see what happens. Okay, nothing really happens when you bone meal the moss. All you get is the moss spreading, just like regular moss, and you also get the carpets as well. But I think that's it, though. Yeah, it spreads the moss. If you bone meal the moss, it spreads the moss. So if you want the flower, I definitely suggest bone mealing the grass. All right, looks like it's almost nighttime again. Let's see if any more creaking spawn during the night, and we'll collect some more wood, even though it's nighttime. Should be a little bit safer this time, especially if there's no creaking around. I want to collect a bunch of these vines and other blocks so that we can take them back with us, but we only have 12 saplings so far, and I think it takes 4 to grow up one of these trees, so we should try to get as many of these as we can. Well, that was a very interesting new biome, the Pale Garden, and I'm glad we got to explore it. We got a lot of good loot from that biome, including 2 creaking hearts, a bunch of those pale oak logs, and even some saplings. We got 27 saplings here. Let's grow up one of our very own first trees over here. And we'll see what this tree growing is all about. Where's my bone meal? Here we go. Let's see if we can just bone meal this tree up. Hey, there we go. So we can farm this wood here at the base. That's very convenient. And let's check out the moss as well, because like I said earlier, I think this is also a bone meal item. So if we place one in here, we should be able to spread it around. There we go. Yep, so we can get the pale moss as well as the moss carpet. That's pretty cool. There's a lot we can do with that. I'll just have to think of exactly what it is I want to do. We've also got some of these flowers. We've got the open ones and the closed ones, and I'm curious because it's daytime. If I place down one of the open ones, will it close? No. What about if I place down one of the closed ones? Will it open at nighttime? Maybe. Oh, that one just closed. I'll just leave them there and we'll see if they open again when it turns night. That's interesting. Here, let's go down to our storage room here for a moment. And we're going to have to make room for some of these new items. And I was thinking we have all these woods grouped together here. So what we'll probably do is remove the regular moss block and we'll put the new pale oak wood right here, which means we need to empty this chest and move its contents somewhere else. Maybe we can just put the 2 moss blocks together somewhere over here, maybe here and here. So we'll put the old green moss, we'll put it in the middle, and then we'll put the new, where did it go? I thought I just had one. Oh, here we go. The new pale moss block can go right here. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should switch those. I'll put the pale one. I'll put the pale one in the middle and then the green one up front. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then so we'll put, that means this middle chest here is all of our new pale moss and moss carpet, including the pale hanging moss. Yep, that looks pretty good. We can put the pale oak leaves and some of the logs away over here in this chest once I get it emptied. So we also got this new resin clump, it's called, and I believe if you put 9 of them into a crafting table, you can make a block of resin. You can also smelt the resin down into these resin bricks. And let's see, what can you do with the resin bricks? Probably nothing with only 2. Let's see what we can do with a few more. All right, can we do anything with 6 resin bricks? No. Okay, it looks like 4 resin bricks makes another resin bricks block. Oh, that's interesting. The name is almost exactly the same, except this block has an S in it. And I think if we get enough of these blocks, yeah, I can see them now. There's a few variants, including stairs, slabs, walls, and maybe a few others as well. I think there's even like a chiseled version, if I'm not mistaken. And we can also use this resin brick to trim our armor now. All right, it looks like it is almost nighttime. In a few moments, we're going to spawn in a creaking right here at our base and see how easy it is to farm up these resin clumps. All right, one interesting thing I've noticed right away is, oh, okay, we just got a creaking that spawned in, but I noticed that this flower here has opened again. They were both closed a moment ago, and now we can collect them and get the open eye blossom. That's very interesting. So if we get any of the closed ones, we can open them and vice versa, I think. Oh, we're going to get some other mobs spawning down there on the beach where it's dark. But I want to see if we can hit the creaking a little bit. Here, let's get him a little closer. Yeah, okay, so hitting the creaking, I think, is what gives us the resin in the wood here. Here, let's hit him a few more times and actually see if we can watch the resin spread. Yeah, there you go. You can see the particle effects go over to the tree and it kind of transfers the resin. How many blocks does it spread to from the heart? Okay, it looks like it only spreads about 1 block from the heart. And almost every... Oh, no, it spreads even further than that. How many can we get? Here, let's keep hitting this creaking and see how many resin blocks we can actually get out of this just one tree here. All right, I see the resin is still spreading. Here, let's see if we can hit this guy faster to make it spread faster. And when we want this creaking to disappear, it should be as easy as removing this heart block. And there we go, we've got rid of the creaking. And now, how do you get, how do you get the resin out of the wood? I know you can mine it. Oh, okay. So just hitting it with the axe accomplishes the same thing. Here, let's just go ahead and chop this whole tree. But I think it'll be safer if we do that in the daytime. So we'll go ahead and sleep real quick. And then we'll chop down the tree and see how much resin we collected. All right, it's a new day. Time for a little pale oak wood chopping. And I don't see too many mobs around, so let's go ahead and collect the wood from this tree. And we should get the resin as well. And hopefully it drops some saplings. We'll see how many it drops. Sometimes the dark oak wood that is very similar to this log, this tree shape, sometimes it doesn't drop enough saplings. So we'll find out how many we can get from just one average tree here. Oh, look at all the resin. That's excellent. Okay, let's pick it up and see what we got. We're back up to 23 resin. I had a couple that I hadn't smelted yet, but let's go ahead and smelt some of these down. And we'll see what we can do with some of these resin bricks. And here's a quick look at most of the blocks that we have from the new Pale Garden biome to end the episode with. We've got the new pale oak wood tree here with the creaking heart in there and some of the wood with the resin in it, which I guess you can't actually have that block because it's impossible to mine. Even with a Silk Touch axe, all that happens is the resin comes out and the wood gets changed into this plain pale oak log. So I guess you can't actually have that block, which is kind of interesting. But here's a look at some of the other blocks that you can craft. So here's the heart right here. There's the log, the plank. You've got the stair and the slab. And then the door and the trap door are looking quite nice as well with this kind of pale wood and kind of a wrought iron look to the door knocker or doorknob or whatever in the hinges. I think that looks pretty good. We'll have to find some uses for these new building blocks, but down here we've also got the resin block, I think it is. This one you just craft with the, oh, I didn't know you could just punch break it. That's oh, and it has a weird place sound. So that's just the resin turned into a block. You've also got the wall that's made from these bricks here. And this is the chiseled one made from 2 slabs, which seems to have the creaking head on it. That's the pattern there, which kind of makes sense. Of course, we've got the stair in the slab as well. And I might be missing some, but that's all I could think of. Over here, you've got the new pale moss and carpet as well. And we brought back some of those flowers. So we'll find some things to do with these probably in the next episode, but that's going to do it for this episode of the Let's Play. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.